Why are you pursuing God? If you can answer the question, why are you eating food? Right? You should be able to answer the question, why are you going to church? Why are you seeking God? We are seeking God, we are pursuing after God because we hunger and thirst after righteousness. When a man is hungry and a man is thirsty, there is nothing you can do rather than to satisfy that hunger and thirst. That's the truth. All your comfort will not work. All your consolation will not work. There is a hunger in the land. But the hunger is not for food, rather. The hunger is for righteousness. There is a thirst in the land. The thirst is not for food, rather. The thirst is for righteousness. And God himself right now is looking for those that are hungry and thirsty after righteousness. God is looking for those that are desperate after righteousness. The ordination of God can only be leaked upon hungry men. Men that are hungry, desperate after righteousness. Why do men backslide? Hunger is finished. At any point in time, your hunger stop. At that point, your pursuit for God stop. You stop eating when you are no longer hungry. A hungry man is like a madman looking for what to eat. He can eat everything men call poison. Why? Hunger always had the ability to take Israel back to Egypt. It doesn't matter if Israel is called of God. Hunger can make the most proud and arrogant of us bow. It is the same way that our hunger for God, our thirst for God should bring us to a point of submission to God. But what a challenge in our society, that men care less about God. Men pay no attention to the things of righteousness. We are living in a world where men, in fact, left to men, they are God of themselves. Unfortunately, you cannot access the help of God if you don't thirst and hunger after righteousness. Everyone that got any point in time help is one that is thirsty and hungry for righteousness. You can never help a man that is not hungry and thirsty after God. You can't help him. You can't. They will backslide again and frustrate you again. If you are not careful, they will drag you in the same pit. If two hungry men meet together, they have one goal. What's the goal? Let's go and find food to eat. That's how it is. At the point where your hunger stops, your pursuit for God stops. Whether you are a man of God, whether you are an apostle, it doesn't matter. You are doing what you are doing not because you have not tapped realms in the spirit. You are doing what you are doing not because you have not gained influence. You are doing because despite how powerful you are, yet again you have the ability to be hungry physically. It is the same way. There is no level a man can ascend that he will not be hungry for God. Hunger is a constant when it comes to mortal men. Even in the realm of the spirit, immortals hungry for God. That's why the Bible says they behold daily. They feed upon God. We appear daily. Why? Because we are hungry, we are thirsty. Blessed are they that hunger and thirst after righteousness. These are the ones that will be filled. These are the ones that God will satisfy. Oh God, why am I not encountering you? Oh God, why are you not feeling me? Young man, you are not hungry. Desperate people do desperate things. We emerge because of our hunger. In a day and time where everybody was lackadaisical, where everybody was living their life, behaving the way they want to behave, being big boys and big girls, attending all kinds of party clubs. Some of us, we are hungry, we are thirsty. But men cannot understand our hunger. They cannot understand our thirst. It is for righteousness. Not because we have a call, not because we have a title. It was simply because we saw something in God that if we can't get it, we can't live. What are you hungry for? What are you thirsty for? Don't let the appetite of the flesh consume you. Don't just be a being captured in lust Don't just be a being captured in anger. Don't just be a being captured in lies. Don't just be a being clothed with the infirmities of the flesh. At least be a being that desire the supremacy of God. Your life is only emerged and revealed to the degree to which you can carry God. Your relevance does not lie in many of the things men are thinking. It's not politicking. This is not politics. How much of God you carry? What is the texture when you are X-ray? How much of God can gush out of you? Let people doing politics, allow them to do politics. Before you see them doing the politics, they have gotten the written first. Unfortunately, we have not gotten the written yet again. We are jumping to the politics. It's like a man that have no money. Yet again, he want to go and contest for governor of Nasarawa. So you know he's a joker. Left alone, he left Nasarawa. Say, go and say, want to contest for president. You can print a poster, president of Nigeria, but we know that hunger is your problem. Tinubu will buy you in 2 minutes. Many people print posters. Many will still print 2027. But how many of them truly understand nation building? How many of them are willing to carry the yoke and bear the pain? It is the same way in this journey. Your hunger and your desperation is what will determine whether you remain or you fizzle out. And like I've always said, God has many options. Don't be foolish. If I drop this microphone today, what God wants to do in Lafia will be achieved. If I die today, what God wants to do will be achieved. We have read the writings of men. We have studied the lifestyle of men. We have studied God's generals. They have done wonderful things in God. It looks as though God is done with them. Like if you are reading some of the archives of the God's generals, you'll be thinking as if, is there anything God need to do again? But with all of those things those people do, God was not done yet. We have seen what this apostle can do, what this apostle can do, what this prophet can do. But yet again, after the Bible was done, the Bible said, they without us is not being made perfect. That means everything they have done is a preparation for us. In fact, Jesus said, Abraham longs to see my day. And that is why I now realize that there is no better time to be born than now. The challenges, the problems you are facing today, they were all planned by God to meet you at this time. If not, you would have been born since. Your age would have finished. And let me tell you, a generation will see a match after all. Oh, you think you are the end? Just when Daddy Adebo is thinking is the end of what God can do, he will die. And life continues. He will be buried. Just when Bishop David Oyedepo thinks is the end, he will. In the days of Archbishop Benson Idahosa, we didn't even know that we will have some of these churches we're having today. Everybody comes to make a mark in time. And you must judiciously guard your ordination. And guard that your hunger and thirst. And ensure you make your mark. Because the time given to you is borrowed. One of the greatest miracles that God will do to some of us tonight is to rekindle our hunger. Rekindle our passion. Rekindle the fire. Rekindle the flame. Enough of this locomotive Christianity. Christianity, they must push you small. Like a kind of peg that is, you know, this keke that used to stop after 5 minutes. Have you entered a car before? I remember many years ago. I entered a car from Zaria to come to Lafia. Journey of 6 hours become 12 hours. Why? After we leave Gonigora, before we enter Kajuma, is it Kajuma or Kujuma? The car don't stop. We will gather together and push. When we enter Kafanchan, they will say, no, we need to visit a mechanic. The mission was truncated. It was delayed. In fact, if not careful, it will be aborted because the vehicle has an issue.